talk about the why, right?
Yeah.
So Parkinson's law. You want to talk about why why the formula is wrong in Parkinson's law?
Right. So Parkinson's law says the amount of time I have to do something, I give myself to do something, is the time that it will take. So if I give my 3 week, 3 weeks for a project, it'll take me 3 weeks. If it's 3 days, it'll take 3 days. And it's the same thing with your money. If you give yourself too much money, like if you have this one big bank account
Hmm.
where everything goes in and everything goes out and you're just tossing a cash salad all the time, one day you feel like a king or queen because you've got $1 million in that account and you're like, I could spend on this marketing or this mastermind or hiring this new person and what, like, and then the next day payroll runs, all your other marketing channels run. And like, now that account is like way down and it's drained and you're like, oh shoot, where did all that money go?
Hmm.
And it's like, because you have that one account, you feel like if I have a bunch of money, I can spend it. And if I don't have a bunch of money, I'm going to be more frugal with it. And that's what this whole point and this whole system is about. It's about taking your profit first off the table so that way you're not mingling it and what you should be paying yourself with what the expenses are of the business. So that way you've got that a different bank account just for the expenses. So that way you see these are the expenses for the business so I can run it, but it's not touching what I'm paying myself or what I want, what I choose the profitability to be for the business.
Hmm.
So that way you're separating out that because that's where now, if you've got those good habits, you're setting that up, then you're truly becoming a profitable business and giving yourself control. You're controlling your money now. You control of if I have money in that account, I can spend it in the
Yeah.
OpEx account or my operational expense account. If I don't have the money there, then I'm either going to have to figure out how to do more deals or I'm going to have to figure out something in order to fill that bucket back up.
Right.
So it's like making you and forcing you to be a savvy business owner just from knowing that if I give myself less to work with, I'm going to be more savvy in order to make sure that I keep this profit over here secure and safe and make sure that our family and our, like our personal needs are taken care of.
So Ryan Panetta, he was on the show a couple years ago,
Yep.
and he shared the story of like when he borrowed some money as a second loan, right, to put as a down payment on another house,
Yep.
and or no, he had gotten a loan for repairs for a flip, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that money was in that same account. So he spent it as a down payment for another house,
Ooh.
and then when it was time to make those repairs, that bank account was not looking so good. So he had to figure something out. But
Right.
that's the risk we run when putting everything through one account.
One account, exactly. And that's where, even in the book, Profit First for Real Estate Investing, I dedicate a whole chapter to reserves, number one. And then number two, I talk about OPM, how that should be an account that you set up. Other people's money that isn't mingled with your expenses and with what it takes to run the business. Because if you're a real estate investor and growing that way, you can go out all day long and secure private money or
Mhm.
hard money or whatever because you've got assets and you've got real things that people want to invest in. But now you are needing to be so responsible for that money
Even
because
more responsible.
even more responsible. So that's why I always encourage people, open up a separate account, call it OPM. Don't mingle all that money together because you're going to feel like a freaking king one day or queen. And like now you don't just have all your money in there. You have other people's money in that one big account. So it's like, please separate, for the love of God, separate that out. So that way, this is the money I have for my projects. This is the money I have to run the business. Because if you start dipping into this project money, that's already a big red flashing light inside your business or vice versa. So it's like, that's the other thing too. You run out of project money and have to start eating to your OpEx, your
Mhm.
operational expenses. That's going to be a red light for you too. You're like, now I'm having to contribute to this. What happened? Like, did we go over budget or whatnot? It's another warning light for you as the business owner. So